Shalom, Shalom, Shabbat, Adonai. Welcome to the Sixth Exodus program. Thank you for listening. The name of this segment is The Jewish People Are Americans. I'd like to read to you the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, the entire scripture. There will be no comments in between the reading. However, there will be comments afterwards concerning who is Edom. Edom is Jacob's brother, which are Jewish people and Americans. I'd like for you to listen to this, please.
We have heard a message from the Lord. An envoy was sent to the nations to say, "Rise, let us go against her for battle. See, I will make you small among the nations. You will be utterly despised. The pride of your heart has deceived you. You who live in the clefts of the rocks and make your home on the heights, you who say to yourself, who can bring me down to the ground? Though you soar like the eagle and make your nest among the stars, from there I will bring you down, declares the Lord. If thieves came to you, if robbers in the night, oh, what a disaster awaits you. Would they not steal only as much as they wanted? If grape pickers came to you, would they not leave a few grapes? But how Esau will be ransacked, his hidden treasures pillaged. All your allies will force you to the border. Your friends will deceive and overpower you. Those who eat your bread will set a trap for you, but you will not detect it. In that day, declares the Lord, will I not destroy the wise men of Edom, those of understanding in the mountains of Esau? Your warriors, Teman, will be terrified, and everyone in Esau's mountains will be cut down with slaughter. Because of the violence against your brother Jacob, you will be covered with shame. You will be destroyed forever. On the day you stood aloof, while strangers carried off his wealth, and foreigners entered his gates, and cast lots for Jerusalem, you were like one of them. You should not gloat over your brother in the day of his misfortune, nor rejoice over the people of Judah in the day of their destruction, nor boast so much in the day of their trouble. You should not march through the gates of my people in the day of their disaster, nor gloat over them in their calamity in the day of their disaster, nor seize their wealth in the day of their disaster. You should not wait at the crossroads to cut down their fugitives, nor hand over their survivors in the day of their trouble. The day of the Lord is near for all nations. As you have done, it will be done to you. Your deeds will return upon your own head. Just as you drank on my holy hill, so all the nations will drink continually. They will drink and be as if they had never been. But on Mount Zion will be deliverance, it will be holy, and Jacob will possess his inheritance. Jacob will be a fire, and Joseph a flame. Esau will be stubble, and they will set him on fire and destroy him. There will be no survivors from Esau. The Lord has spoken. People from the Negev will occupy the mountains of Esau. The people from the foothills will possess the land of the Philistines. They will occupy the fields of Ephraim and Samaria, and Benjamin will possess Gilead. This company of Israelite exiles who are in Canaan will possess the land as far as Zarephath. The exiles from Jerusalem who are in Sepharad will possess the towns of the Negev. Deliverers will go up on Mount Zion to govern the mountains of Esau, and the kingdom will be the Lord's. The prophet Obadiah. The vision of Obadiah.
On this segment, you would think that who built the city of Jerusalem for the 70-year period? You would think maybe these people are Hebrew. Maybe they are related somehow. I mean, after all, they are there, and they have to have some kind of purpose for building the city of Jerusalem. for the 70-year period. They had to be there for a reason. That's what you would think. But on the other hand, when you consider the 400 years we have been here in America, from 1619 until 2019, and the rebuilding of Jerusalem from 1948 until 2008, it all ends up very simple who Esau is: Americans, and the people who are called Edom, the Edomites, the Dukes of Teman that went into Great Britain and America, Spain and Portugal, and they did everything that God wanted them to do. But according to Obadiah, how are all the secrets of Edom found out? Now that in Psalms 83, those who have decided to cut Edom, the people of God, off, Edom is the first one on the list. Okay, let us read the chapter of Psalms, chapter 83, 83rd division. Okay, let's begin reading. Keep not thou silent, O God, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies make atonement, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. They have holpen the children of Lot, Selah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as unto Sisera, as Jabin at the brook of Kishon, which perished at Endor, and become as dung for the earth. Like their nobles, like Oreb and Zebah, yea, all their princes of Zebah, and as Zalmunna, who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of God, and the passions. O my God, make them like a wheel, as for the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flames setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with blackness and with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded and troubled with fear. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name is Jehovah, thou art the most high over all the earth. Okay, we just want to say that in every civilization in the whole world, our brother Esau has been trying to kill us in every civilization except in Egypt. Only the Egyptians, descendants of Ham, wanted to kill us, but all the other civilizations was ran and operated by white people. Assyrians, the Chaldeans, Persians. Well, I don't think the Persians like to be called white, but they are. All of them come out of Persia, according to the scriptures. Yeah, all white people come out of Persia. And the Greeks and the Romans, all of them want to kill us and to keep their customs. And went into Jerusalem and sacrificed pigs on the altars of God and wanted God's people to worship idols and not to keep God's people's laws. But this is the objectives of white people, is to bring us down physically, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, all the way around, and to kill us. But that soon is over. What is done to us shall be done to you, because the eyes of the Lord is on everywhere, and he looks at all things. So what our brother Esau has done unto us, the Americans and the Jewish people, and all the other nations, the Arabs, that have been trying to kill us all since we've been on the whole planet. It's been the objectives to kill us, to hate us, because the Most High has called us to be his people, to be servants. That's all we are. We are servants. We're just like you. But he called us to be his servants. That's all. Don't make it as if there's more than that. Is we are his servants. That's all. We're born just like you. We're born by a woman. We have elderly, just like you have elderly. We have the gray heads, just like you have the gray heads. We hunger and thirst, just like you hunger and thirst. We love music, just like you love music. We love to dance, like you love to dance. But the Lord has called us to minister unto him. It's just that simple. That's all to it. And he has not called everyone to minister unto him. Don't make it out of what it's not. What we do is that we serve God. God has called us to be set apart so that you can follow after us. But you want to make us your slaves because you don't want to follow God's his words, his ordinance, or anything. So you enslaved us so you don't have no role models to keep. So you won't have to fall in God's statutes so you can live like Satan and do witchcraft, magic, and change your body, your sex. And so you have done it to yourself. Your destruction is coming, and you have done it to yourself. I've said this many times, so no need to be redundant. Well, I just want to say that to Jewish people, Americans, people of Esau, all the people I read to you in here in the Psalms 83. Let me get one more for you. Joel chapter 3. Joel chapter 3. I'd like to read this for you also to emphasize the points of who our enemies are and how they have been trying to kill us ever since we've been on the face of the planet. Chapter 3, book of Joel, Joel. For in those days, for behold, in those days, and at that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and bring them down unto the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered amongst the nations, and parted my land. Okay, let's stop there for a moment. The Lord said that the land will be parted with one line. England and France went into our land and parted our land, agreed with the Arabians and parted our lands, and gave it to the people who are called Jewish. We're the people that are called Palestine. Say that they have been there for thousands of years. You have done this, so judgment is coming to you. Verse 3, they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yea, and what they have to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of the Philistines. Will you render to me a recompense? Swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head, because you have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly, pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that they might remove them far from their borders. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither you have sold them, and will return you your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the children of Judah, and they will sell them to the Sabaeans, to a people far off. You know, the Sabaeans are people from United Arab Emirates who went into slave trading. To a people far off, for the Lord hath spoken it. Proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles, prepare for war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves, and come ye heathens, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause ye mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathens be weakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathens about. Put ye in the sickles, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get ye down, for the press is full, and the fats overflow, for the wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes, and the valley of decisions, for the day of the Lord is near. In the valley of decision, the sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem. And the heaviness of the earth shall be shaken, and the Lord will be the hope of his people, and the strength of the children of Israel. So shall ye know that I am the Lord, your God, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall the Jerusalem shall be holy, and there shall be no strangers pass through her any more. And it shall come to pass in that day that the mountains shall drop down new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk, and all the rivers of Judah shall flow with water. and the fountains shall come forth of the house of the Lord, and shall flow into the valley of Shittim. Egypt shall be a desolation. That means America is going to be desolation. And Edom shall be desolate. Same thing. Edom, Jerusalem, Edomites, Americans, same people. Edom shall be desolate. Wilderness of the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. But Judah shall be dwelling forever, and Jerusalem shall be from generation to generation. For I will cleanse their blood that they have not cleansed, for the Lord will dwell in Zion. Okay, this ends the segment concerning Jewish peoples or Americans who arrived there only in 1948. They are not Khazarians, but Americans. That was a nice attempt to be able to say you are Khazarians. And it sounds interesting that you would say you would be from Khazaria, but actually you are Americans because you tore it down, you burnt it in 1916, then you built it for the 70 years and 70 for the 70 AD prophecy. So the only people who could do that are the people who burnt it down and the people who fixed it, who rebuilt it. Just like the words say, the older shall serve the younger. And you're not done fixing it yet, because we got a lot of things we need to build, and you're going to build them. And the Most High is going to see that you build it. Now you will be our slaves. But I don't want you to come near me. You have somebody else to tell you what to do. I don't want you to come near me, because I won't even talk to you. I wouldn't speak to you. Thank you for listening. This ends the segment that Jewish people are Americans.